Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the 80-60 rule. I'm Mark and I'm still 60.
How are you, everyone? I'm Greg, and I'm still 80.
All right. We are going to do hey, Greg, I just lost your picture there. Hold on one second. Did you do something?
Everybody, they showed my picture. They went, said it's terrible. We got
Yeah, right.
away.
Went to the default mode. What did you do? Did you do something? Oh, there you're back. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. Technical difficulties. Anyway, we're going to do the New York Times quiz, news events, big deals, little deals that happened a week ago to see if we can remember this stuff, right?
So as everyone, this comes out every Friday. The quiz, and then it's on email Friday, and then on Saturday it's in your paper.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
So this is
So
yeah, okay.
there's 9 questions here. We'll
9 questions.
some.
And I'm gonna get the answers correct, not by saying them. I'm gonna get them correct just by thinking it today. Okay, just by thinking it.
That is way over my head here.
All right, go ahead.
Right. President Putin of Russia accelerated his war effort in Ukraine, ordered roughly 300,000 more people into active duty, many from which group? Former members of the military, male university students, male and female public employees, mercenaries from Syria and Belarus, and police officers.
Was it students?
It was military.
So former military.
Yeah, former members of the military.
Okay. Did you see any of the clips with those situations? I saw one this morning where it's like a auditorium sort of setup, and it's got some like leader. This is in Moscow, up there like at a podium, and very like 1960-ish auditorium sort of feel to it. And there's all these sad looking, so that's what they must have been sad looking former military guys, and the guys yelling at him saying, party's over, now you're back to being a soldier, you know quit your crying, quit your complaint. It was like that. And you look at it, because everybody's got a phone now, they went like this, and everybody's like, crying, sad, terrible.
I was told I read the watched the news this morning. It said that some are even breaking their arms, trying to break their leg, I guess, so they don't have to go.
Yeah. Now the other thing I saw was a picture of the equipment, the rifles that they're giving these guys, rusted out, probably not what do you call them, fireable or whatever. So it's basically scraping the bottom of the barrel. So it's strange and sad, and hopefully it's over.
Question number 2. People are protesting in Iran over the death of police because they have a 22-year-old woman. Terrorized morality police had arrested her for violating a law on what? Curfew, COVID lockdown, driving, headscarves, protesting.
I think it was headscarves, wasn't it?
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
I was elated what's going on this weekend. They're having demonstrations. That could be the beginning.
Right. And also women are cutting their hair, because I guess that's a thing too, right? I guess. Yeah. And then that anchor for CNN, like international, been around forever, Christiane Amanpour.
Yes.
Wasn't she was supposed to do an interview with the head of Iran, but she said, I'm not wearing this scarf. And then he wouldn't do the interview because she wasn't wearing the scarf. She wasn't wearing the scarf out of solidarity with the women in Iran. So that was pretty interesting sub story there.
Yeah, yes. You never know. Always thinking like every problem becomes an opportunity. You never know. Problems in Ukraine, problems in probably Iran's thinking like, what is this? They're going like, what is this? What's going on here? Like with Putin. We still have a problem with COVID. Still,
So wait,
still
we're on
doing
number three, I think, right? Number
question
three?
number four. Question number three. Yes. Was wondering if you were paying attention. You were.
Yeah, I got it.
So, the subject of which prominent podcast was released this week after 23 years in prison. Dirty John, Dr. Death, LISK, Long Island serial killer. My favorite murder, serial.
Cereal.
Yeah, I have no idea about this.
Yeah, me neither. I should probably stay away from it too. I just remember hearing cereal and thinking cereal like cereal, but it was cereal like
Serial.
cereals. Yeah. So I don't know much about it either.
Okay. We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it, but the pandemic is over. Said this week, fill in the blank. Dr. Fauci, former President Donald Trump, President Biden, Rochelle Walensky, Tucker Carlson.
It was President Biden.
Right.
President Biden. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think like the definition of a pandemic, I don't know if it's still under that heading, but it's still a problem for sure.
Yeah. Fiona, the first major hurricane of the Atlantic season, made landfall this week. Where, like all that apply, there's two of them: Dominican Republic, North Carolina, Puerto Rico, Saskatchewan, and Texas. Two of them.
Well, it's Puerto Rico.
That's one.
But then I know it went up to Nova Scotia, not Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan's over there. I love when you yawn right in the middle of your question.
Yeah.
That's a testimonial.
Well, this is real. This is real.
All right. I'm gonna say Puerto Rico. It's got to be the Dominican, just because. Well,
You're right. You're right.
yeah. But it's up by. It's weird. It made it all the way up to Nova Scotia this weekend. Right now, they're having terrible storms up there.
6, New York City said it would put what in every subway car in an effort to assuage riders' concerns about handcuffs, pay phones, pepper spray, police officers, security cameras.
Security what?
Security cameras.
I think there already are cameras. I'm gonna say police.
Security cameras.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Hey, are you sure you did number 5? What was number 5?
Fiona,
Oh, okay. All right.
you quizzing me on the numbers?
I'm quizzing you on the quiz. Yes. All right.
I
I
was
threw you
going
off.
to say something, but I don't know what to say. Okay. Which show, the longest running in Broadway history, is set to close in February? Cats, Funny Girl, Hamilton, The Book of Mormon, The 80-60 Rule, or The Phantom of the Opera?
Well, I think we closed in one night. It's the Phantom.
Right. 6, 8. Okay, 8. After 7 is 8. Okay. Next, you know what we're going after 8? 9.
Then we're going to okay. Spoiler alert.
New York's no, I'm sorry, 8. Doctors, a health panel recommended this week that doctors screen all adult patients under 65 for what? Anxiety, COVID, monkeypox, polio, testicular cancer. I read this, I got it wrong too. Anxiety, COVID, monkeypox, polio, testicular cancer.
No, what's weird is I thought I heard something about anxiety, but that seems like a wrong answer. So I'm gonna say that's my B, but I'm gonna say polio.
I said the same thing, and it's anxiety.
It is. Yeah, I did hear something. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It just seemed like, yeah.
New York's Attorney General sued former President Trump and 3 of his children this week, accusing them of what? Breaking COVID rules at a campaign rally in Buffalo, claiming bankruptcy to avoid paying hotel workers, funding a charitable donation into political campaigns, D, overvaluing the Trump organization's assets by billions. E, violating zoning laws, expanding Trump Tower.
All right, I'm going to go with all of the above.
There's only one.
Oh, D.
D, right.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. What was
Um,
D? What was D?
Overvaluing the value of the organization's assets.
Right.
Right. I read that report that he overvalued something at 30,000, and it was at 10.
Square feet.
Huh?
It was the
Square feet. The square
yeah,
feet.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was his home in Trump Tower. He said it's 30,000 square feet. It's 10, actually.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, who's going to check? You know, I thought you were going to say, when you said 3 of his children, I thought the question was going to be what 3 children. And I could get that one, but you didn't ask that one.
No, you want that answer? Yes. Okay. What 3 children?
I will tell you the ones it's not. It's not Barron.
Right.
It's not. It's not Tiffany. So it's the other 3 that we know of. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get into something that I find horrific, shameful, and I guess not unexpected. Not unexpected. 47 people were charged in the vast stuff of hunger aid. The Justice Department said on Tuesday that it charged 47 people were running a brazen fraud against the anti-hunger program in the coronavirus pandemic, stealing $240 million, steal $240 million by billing the government for meals that they did not serve the children who did not exist. The case that was in Minnesota is the largest fraud uncovered in any pandemic relief program. 47 people.
So right from the start, they were going to come up with this fake program to feed the needy, and right from the start, they knew it was not ever going to go there.
Yeah.
Wow.
How you have the to do that, and you shouldn't expect it wouldn't happen because it's going to happen.
Right.
People do that.
Yeah, I will say this though, something like that usually goes on for years and years and years. It seems like they caught this one pretty quick. Right?
Yeah, I get
I've heard stories where it's like that person's been embezzling for 15 years or whatever. You know, it seems like they caught it pretty quick. Maybe they knew about it a while ago, but they wanted the web to grow because it grew to what, 47 people?
47 people were charged.
That's crazy. That's
Minneapolis. 47 people.
Yeah.
Other defendants in the case seemed to put minimal effort into disguising what they were doing. They created a fake list of children they could charge for feeding. Others used the numbering generating program to produce ages for the children they were supposedly feeding. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Terrible.
I don't have patience for these people. I don't have the tolerance.
Right. No forgiveness.
And to do it when the country was in need.
Right. Yeah.
All right, and I have another one for you.
Okay.
This is in the Chicago, in Joliet. That's a town in the Chicagoland area. The Joliet police, the federal authorities, have arrested 15 people for filing fraudulent Paycheck Protection Program loan applications while in custody in jail, felony gun or drug charges.
So they're already in jail, and somehow they were able to fill out all the paperwork to get a PPP loan.
They used the jail phones to complete the process.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
They used the jail phones to create a scam like that. Did you give a dollar amount of how much they were? I might be confused.
2 dozen individuals have been indicated in the investigation, dubbed Operation Triple P. All right. Another 10 more. The most of the fraudulent loans were for $119,000 to $20,000.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
They were already in jail.
And that's just 15 that they caught. Are there other things going on, or other prisons around the country doing the same thing? I don't know. All right. That was a pretty interesting quiz. That was all over the place. I think we did pretty good though, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just interesting. It's interesting how you say this, Mark, because I see things like anxiety and I just skipped it in my
Yeah.
own mind, and here it is like, wait a minute. And then I
Right.
see that and I said, maybe it's not bad. I don't know. It's not that. And I got it wrong. See?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, well, one of the things I thought about that is when they said, if you're over this age, you should. I can't imagine anybody not having anxiety in today's world. I
Yeah,
want to meet. I want to meet that person who's like, you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
I'm just
interesting
talking about
how,
because of the last few years.
yeah, there's anxiety. Yeah. And things that be like, since you said that, how much I've, I haven't learned, but how much I hear about depression these days.
Right. Yeah, you could almost say anxiety/depression when it comes to asking people that age group or whatever, or
And you
even
never know who has
young
depression.
people. Right. You never know. You never know. And it's a terrible sort of thing to climb out of. So, hopefully people are supporting others around them.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg. Nice talking to you again. That was a
Thank you.
good
Thank
quiz.
you. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. Take it
Take
easy.
care. Bye.
I'll call you in a second.
Hi, Sophia.